There are quite a lot of videos on YouTube covering the Portal 1 least portal speedrun, where the game can be beaten with no portals at all, with some absurdly broken glitches. But what about Portal 2? When I searched it up, I didn't find much, mostly just videos breaking down individual chambers. Which is a shame, because this story, the complete story of Portal 2 least portals challenge runs, is just as, if not more interesting than Portal 1's least portals. And so I thought, if no one else will make a video covering this whole story, why won't I do it myself? Hello people, and today I'll try to give a definitive answer to the question, how many portals do you need to beat Portal 2? And trust me, it's much more interesting than it might seem at the first glance. But before I start breaking down every chamber one by one, there are some things I have to mention. First off, warning, incoming spoilers, obviously. And second, this video is mostly based on videos from a playlist by Sir Rage-A-Lot, so a big shout out to him because without his playlist this would have been much harder. There are a lot more people that need a shout out here, but more on that at the end of the video. So, now that I've got everything out of the way, let's begin. Let's dive into this. Oh, also one more thing, these are gonna start out being pretty boring, but don't worry, they will get better as we go on, so just hold tight, know that yeah, they might be boring at the beginning, but they will get better. You understand. Anyway, now let's dive into this for real this time. Oh, also, one last thing, me from the future speaking, to prevent any kind of confusion, just know that the original title was supposed to be How Many Portals Do You Need to Beat Portal 2, but then I thought that a much more engaging title would be How Speedrunners Beat Portal 2 in Only 57 Portals. So just to prevent any kind of confusion, just know that I changed the title at the last moment. Yeah, just saying. Anyway, back to the video.
You might have a very minor case of serious brain damage.
The first level in both games. And there are no tricks here. And no portals needed. 0 portals. But hey, you might say, look at these 2 portals that you used to exit the vault with. These are clearly portals. Well, I hear you, but look at this little 0 right here. That's the world record speedrun by Burger40. Completely legitimate and approved and everything. So yeah, in short, these don't count. I guess it's because you don't fire them and there's technically no way to escape them, they're gonna be opened anyway, but anyway, it's some technicality, so technically it's 0 portals. Also, the ones in the next chamber also don't count. So both Container Ride and Reset Carousel are 0 portals.
You made it! There should be a portal device.
This is the one where we get the portal gun, if you couldn't guess. You can jump on the edges of these panels right here to get to the catwalk. And after grabbing this chair right here, in the next room, you do something I will call a chair hop. Because heck, if this is a cube hop, there's gotta be a chair hop. And with the chair hop method, you can skip both pits with no portals needed. And thus, 0 portals.
You have trapped yourself. Congratulations.
You can grab this cube right here if you're quick enough, and in the second room, we abuse soft lock prevention one of 2 ways. The simple and easy solution is to get this cube and yourself on the 2 buttons which will open the door. Then once the door is opened, fire a portal on the other side, and then push the cube through the orange portal and on the other side, which will activate the soft lock prevention and the game will open the door so that you don't trap yourself. And once you're in the little area, the game opens another orange portal above the glass, and with your already fired blue portal on the floor, you can easily go through and beat the chamber in 1 portal. But that's not the true lowest portal count, because we can go a lot lower. We can lower the count to 0 in fact, as Kurziehow shows here, where instead of doing all of that, he pushes 1 cube through the door with another cube, which still activates the soft lock prevention so he can get through, and then with standing on that other cube, he crouch triggers the glass falling, and gets to the end with the 0 portals. It's a lot more complicated than that. Kurziehow wrote like a whole paragraph in the description explaining everything, but this is the basic version. Here, Jetwash uses this rising panel to get enough height to get to the button that activates the cube dispenser. Then he makes his way to the cube, and with the cube he cube hops back to the main area, where he gets to the button that activates the stairs, where there is a slight glitch where I'm pretty sure if you press the button quick enough, one of the panels that make up the stairs will still stay up, even though the button is no longer being pressed. And using this glitch and the cube, he gets to the exit and puts the cube on the button, and that's it. One portal. Where is the one portal exactly? Well, it's the one I forgot to mention, because in the beginning, to get past this little wall right here, he fires one portal. I forgot to mention that. Sorry.
God help you.
Here, Cursey Howe fires one portal here, both to progress further and to get the camera. Then he fires his second portal here to get the cube out of the little area. Then, with the cube and the camera, he wall climbs up here. Now, in the second room, here we use as well that same glitch with the button I just mentioned, but here it makes this panel stay up even though the button is no longer being pressed. And then, with this cube, he hops all the way to the end, completing this chamber in 2 portals.
It just goes to show, people with brain damage are the real heroes in the end, aren't they, at the end of the day?
See this rusty, unassuming piece of metal over here, sticking out of the, well, at least whatever remains of the ceiling? Well, you can jump on it, and from there, you can walk on the ceiling and make it to Wheatley, and that's it. The whole rest of the level is basically just a glorified cutscene. A good cutscene, but a cutscene nonetheless. Speaking of cutscenes...
Oh, it's you.
The wake-up level is much more important than you might think, because the truth is, it yields one of Portal 2's most broken glitches. You can escape the little escape pod with a very precise jump, and after that, you can do the glitch.
Or like the coordinates where to stand for test launch. Although that's also a lot of refills, but you know.
Oh, there's a password. Okay, it's fine. I'll just hack it. Not a problem. A.
There's probably more things this can be useful than just that one part. Yeah, what's yeah,
Oh, it's you. It's been a long time.
So
I've been
You did what? Oh no! No! Oh no!
Okay, look. We both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science.
enjoy this very cool speedrun for your morning.
I will say, though, that since you went to all the trouble of waking me up, you must really,
Oh, you need to go in early?
really love to
Okay.
test.
We won't be watching for
I
too
love
long
it
then.
too.
To understand what just happened, you need to know that, first of all, when GLaDOS picks you up with the hook, you enter a special cutscene state. And also, when GLaDOS picks you up with the hook, technically only your camera changes, your hitbox stays in place. Next, when the incinerator opens and GLaDOS is about to throw you in the incinerator, you would be usually pushed out of it for whatever reason, but you can use this clipboard to stand on it to not get pushed out of the incinerator. And using all of this, you can get into the incinerator 6 seconds early. But what's important is not the 6 seconds of time save. What's important is that because you entered the incinerator early, the special cutscene state never properly finished, so you remain in the special cutscene state for the rest of the game. And why is that important? Well, that's because when you are in the special cutscene state, you are invincible. It was probably put in the game because the devs thought it would be inconvenient if a player could just accidentally die while in a cutscene. So yeah, now we can just freely swimming as it, and turrets just kind of become an unfunny joke. Anyway, now that we are in the incinerator, the next level is, well...
You know, if you'd done that to somebody else, they might devote their existence to exacting revenge.
We can grab these 2 cubes right here and get past everything with just them, beating Incinerator in 0 portals. And thus, the courtesy call takes 30 portals to beat.
I've really let the place go since you killed me. By the way, thanks for that.
I'm not exactly sure how, but Burger 40 is able to launch himself. 0 portals.
You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person.
Here Cursey Howe makes the cube bounce off Wheatley and get close to him so that he can grab it. Conveniently, the wall has a cube-shaped hole exactly big enough to fit the redirection cube. After that, with the cube, he hops to the exit, puts the cube on the button, and completes the chamber in 0 portals.
If it makes you feel any better, science has now validated your birth mother's decision to abandon you on a doorstep.
we can use the fact that it takes some time for this platform to rise up and get on it. From there, we use 2 portals to channel this laser in place, and grab the redirection cube and redirect the other laser too, just like that. 2 portals.
Do whatever it is you do when you're not destroying this facility.
You can walk on the very edge of this wall up to this button to get the cube, and after that the real hard part. Remember chair hopping from like all the way back in Portal Gang? Well, this is the same thing, but instead of a chair, it's a cube. It's very hard, but it's possible. 0 portals.
Next test involves the Aperture Science aerial faceplate.
We grab the cube and place it on the button. And that's it. 0 portals. The catapult intro isn't really even a level. I mean, just like the name says, it's an introduction to a mechanic, and that's pretty much it. But next we do have an actual level. Trust Fling.
Remember before when I was talking about smelly garbage standing around being useless? That was a metaphor. I was actually talking about you.
Here we once again abuse soft lock prevention. We fire a portal here on this panel, and the other one here above the button. After we end up on the button, these panels will rise up as soft lock prevention because otherwise we'd just be trapped right here. And thus with these panels we can make it onto this faceplate that will launch us to the exit. Then we press the button and watch the junk go through the 2 portals we fired and end up on the button that opens the exit door. And so, 2 portals. Or is it? Well, you see, no. I lied. Sorry, just messing with you. Because there is actually a 0 portal solution. And it's insane. I'm sure some of you already know what I'm talking about. And that's probably because you watched the same video that I did. This video by Sushi. It's actually the video that inspired me to make this video. And also the video that I based this segment on. This video is my source, link in the description. It's 16 minutes long for a reason because there's quite a lot to cover about this chamber, but in this segment I'll basically summarize this video. But if you want to hear the full version, watch his video. Anyway, from what I understood from that video, basically, in 2016 it was found by Kersey Howe that you can abuse something called scripted momentum on these panels to get flung to the faceplate with no portals needed. Scripted momentum is basically, in most cases, the way you get flung is predetermined so that the momentum puzzles work out as intended. This can be abused on these panels too. But what's important is that this doesn't only apply to you. This can also apply to physics objects, and this chamber has physics objects that can do it. The garbage. Because there's a small chance of a turret colliding with the ball in such a way to bounce off the wall and onto the panel and activating the scripted momentum and getting launched to you. And also note, when I say a small chance, I mean small. The chance is a whopping 1 in 30,000 chance. To put this into perspective, the guy who discovered this turret interaction, Nidboy132, made a quick save right next to the button and ran a script which would automatically press the button over and over again until this interaction would occur. And to get this to happen once, his script ran for 115 hours straight. So yeah, pretty rare. Rare, but possible. And after a lot of trial and error, now that you got the turret, there are 2 options. Option A. Press the button, then jump off of the turret mid-air and land onto the very edge of the faceplate here. After that, catch the cube and then use the faceplate and quickly bounce off the cube and land on the button, from where the already mentioned soft lock prevention panels will let you get to the exit. Now this is very hard and very risky, since you can mess up at any step of the way and would have to start all over again if so. The second, probably equally hard but less risky option is option B. Abuse Player Physics Deformation Glitch, or PPD for short. This glitch is, as Sushi said himself, really confusing. I still don't fully understand how it works, but the basic version is this. Basically, you have 2 hitboxes that overlap with each other. the physics hitbox and the main hitbox. Usually, the main one is in control of your movement, but when you interact with physics objects, like turrets, the physics hitbox is now in control of your movement. Remember how the hitboxes overlap with each other, right? Well, we can change that. When two physics objects intersect, the game applies angular and linear velocity to get them to, well, not intersect anymore, and we can abuse this with the turret. Since the physics hitbox is a physics object, we can abuse this to get it to rotate, and once it has rotated enough, we can stand on the turret to get the physics hitbox in control. And because it's stuck in a wall, the game will push it to the nearest open space, so it will not be, well, stuck in a wall anymore. And here that nearest open space just happens to be behind the door, and thus we can push ourselves through the door, solving Trust Fling in 0 portals. The one tiny downside of this trick is that you have absolutely no idea if it's even working or not because you can't see your hitboxes because they are, well, invisible. Couple that with the tiny chances of even getting the turret to even try to perform this trick, it would truly take a madman to do this. And sure enough, there was a madman mad enough to do this. Super Raiderton, who pulled it off single segment. What an absolute legend. So the lesson we learned here, kids, is think outside of the box. Who told you that you need to press the button to open the door to solve the puzzle? Who told you you even need to open a door to go through it? Who does these silly, frivolous things when you can just simply break the laws of physics? And also, keep TPT at the back of your head, because it will come up later. Anyway, let's get to the chambers that aren't this complicated. Next up is, pit flings.
Did you know that people with guilty consciences are more easily startled by loud noises?
Burger 40 blocks the laser with weakly, and with this wall climb and this pretty easy jump, he beats the chamber with 0 portals.
Let me give you the fast version. There.
Here, Nidboy clips the redirection cube halfway in this wall, and then pushes it into the wall and then up so that it ends up on the other side of the fizzler, and after that solves the puzzle easily. 0 portals. And so, the cold boot takes only 2 portals to beat. These were the only 2 portals we fired in this whole chapter. Anyway, next up is the return.
This plate must not be calibrated to someone of your generousness.
Oh, this one's fun. The chamber starts with Bonobo Ape. A slight side note here. I have looked whilst writing the script at Bonobo Ape's account, and there is no indication if Bonobo Ape is a he or she from what I understand. And so for the rest of this video, I'll just refer to Bonobo Ape as Bonobo Ape. Because there's no information, there is no bio, so just slight side note. Anyway, the chamber starts with Bonobo Ape skipping this long monologue with GLaDOS by performing the seeding skip and landing up here, from where Bonobo Ape gets to here. Now once Bonobo Ape is here, Bonobo needs to get on the button platform. To do that, Bonobo needs to walk down into the trigger which raises the platform, flick towards the button and jump. And once Bonobo is on the platform and next to the button comes the absolute best part. 17 minutes of pure fun of pressing the button over and 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 over until eventually, finally, the redirection cube rolls far enough to be grabbed. And once Bonobo Ape gets the cube, Bonobo boosts up to the exit and the door is closed. But that's not a problem. Because remember, kids, who needs to open doors when we can just use player physics deformation glitch to break the laws of physics and pass through walls, completing the ceiling catapult in 0 portals.
If you solve this next test, maybe I'll let you ride an elevator all the way up to the break room.
Nidboy gets launched from this laser receiver and gets the cube with no portals, and with it blocks the laser to lower the glass panels. After that, he gets to the button that activates the redirection cube dispenser. He grabs the redirection cube, and with the cube, he redirects himself and lands here, next to the exit, places the cube on the button and done, 0 portals.
Do you know who else murders people who are only trying to help them?
Here, Oren uses 2 portals to create a bridge across the acid pool and to get the camera, with which he abuses good old PPD to clip through the door. 2 portals. There is another solution to this puzzle where you fire 2 portals here and solve the puzzle by walking on the very edges of the walls and swimming in acid, because we can have the invincibility glitch. But that solution doesn't decrease the portal count, and also it doesn't have the funny glitch which lets you pass through walls, so we will pretend like it doesn't exist. You never heard this. Anyway, next level is... Bridge the Gap.
I found some bird eggs up here. Just dropped them into the door mechanism. Shut it right down.
Here, Paroculus catches the cube mid-air, jumps off of it mid-air and catches it again and lands on the very edge, from where he cube hops to the button and beats the chamber. 0 portals.
Turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds.
This is one of my favorites, because it's already incredibly easy to beat it in 0 portals, but with the invincibility glitch, it is literally free. I have said this before, but I think I undersold it. This glitch really makes turrets look like just a pathetic and funny joke. Anyway, next up is laser relays.
You know how I'm going to live forever, but you're going to be dead in 60 years?
Here, as Cruzyhow explains in the description, the devs likely had a problem with the redirection cube spawning as soon as the maps loaded, so they made a small trigger right before the main puzzle that spawns them. And so, even though this map is supposed to have only one such cube, with some precision, we can abuse this trigger and spawn another one, and complete this chamber in 0 portals.
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid.
Another one of my favorites. Here we use this turret as a sort of ladder to get up here. We kindly deactivate these other turrets, grab the cube, put it on the button, and then we can hide by this wall and give a cool surprise to these other turrets. Another easy and satisfying 0 portals. Oh, and with the invincibility glitch taken into account, you don't even need to hide. You can just walk straight by these 2 turrets at the end into the exit, and they can do absolutely nothing about it. This is the one where the invincibility glitch is actually really useful. Even though it's very possible to beat this chamber without it, the invincibility glitch does make it a lot easier. You'd be surprised, but besides these 3 or 4 chambers, most chambers don't really have any threat to be worried of, and speedrunners are fast enough to just run past the turrets before they even have the time to shoot. So yeah, I kind of oversold how game-breaking this glitch is. Anyway, laser versus turret is 0 portals.
It says this next test was designed by one of Aperture's Nobel Prize winners. It doesn't say what the prize was for. Well, I know it wasn't for being immune to neurotoxin.
Here, Paroculus gets launched by this cube all the way into one of Ratman's hideouts. And here I could try to explain everything he does, but first of all, I don't fully understand everything he does, and second of all, it would be really boring. So I'll just say that the gist of it is, Paroculus exploits the funky physics of the computer from the Ratman hideout getting squeezed by the platform and the floor, and getting launched off of it to the exit. 0 portals. And so, the return took only 2 portals. The only portals we fired were here in Bridge Intro. Anyway, time for our surprise.
Initiating surprise in 3, 2, 1. I made it all up. Surprise!
Here, Paroculus manages to build up enough momentum to get to the turret. From here, he manages to do a turret hop, as I'll call it, to the button area. Now here, he throws the turret onto the faith plate so that the cubes don't collide above the acid pool and fall into it. After that, he builds up enough momentum to get back to the testing area, solves the puzzle, and jumps to the exit door. 0 portals. Also, I don't know how exactly this works, but you can do a cool skip here to skip the entire long dialogue with Wheatley and fall straight through the elevator. I don't know how it works, but hey, it's cool. So I thought I should mention it. Anyway, next up is laser chaining.
Well, you know the old formula. Comedy equals tragedy plus time.
Here, Kurzweil begins the chamber with this jump to get this redirection cube. After that, he uses this cube and the second cube that's just lying on the floor to scale the wall to grab this turret. Then he gets the third cube by what I'm pretty sure is called the turret boosting, and once he has all the cubes, he can start solving the puzzle. He scales this wall with 2 of the cubes and channels the laser here, then he scales the other wall with the remaining 2 cubes and channels the laser here, and now he just has to get to the end, which he does by doing another turret boost, completing the chamber in 0 portals. Also, I have no idea why, but there is some really loud, epic music playing in Kurzweil's original video. I don't know what that is all about, but hey, this! This rocks! Good choice of music, Kurzweil, you have good taste. Anyway, next up is triple laser.
Federal regulations require me to warn you that this next test chamber is looking pretty good.
Which is my favorite chamber in this whole challenge. Why? This is my favorite chamber because the 0 portal solution is incredible. You grab one redirection cube and point the laser on the door, then you grab the other one, get to the door, and mash until the door opens and you can go through if you're quick enough. I love this in particular because for most others the solution is to be quick or to do some ridiculous glitches or something like that, but not here. Here you just mash. Mash it till you make it, I guess. Anyway, one of the easiest 0 portals in this whole challenge. Anyway, next up is jailbreak.
Hey, buddy! I'm speaking in an accent that is beyond her range of hearing.
We fire 2 portals to get to the button, and that's it. 2 portals.
Go, 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 go!
Here the only part that requires portals is this trap by GLaDOS, but we can just jump on Wheatley's rail and skip all of this nonsense. 0 portals. And so the surprise takes only 2 portals to beat. It's the 2 portals to get to the button, and that's it. Next up is the escape.
Here we go. Ah!
Here Burger 40 fires 2 portals to get through this half-open door, then he gets onto Wheatley's rail and from there to the catwalk. He goes through the level like normal, just, a lot faster, until the pipe area, where he gets on the pipes and fires a portal here, and then fires another portal to get there, and he fires one more portal precisely here, and hops on the other side, and then goes through the rest of the level like normal, just, a lot faster, 5 portals.
Prometheus was punished by the gods for giving the gift of knowledge to man. He was cast into the bowels of the earth and picked by birds.
Here Pyroculus fires 2 portals to get to the turret redemption line, after that he fires 2 more portals to get on the other side, and here on the turret assembly line, there's a technique to skip it altogether. Basically, if you get 2 defective turrets, because of their peculiar collision, they can launch you very far. There's a video by M. Sushi that goes into all the details, but this is the basics. If you want the full version, watch his video. He explains it way better than I could. Anyway, turret sabotage, 4 portals.
Warning. Neurotoxin pressure has reached dangerously unlethal levels.
Here Kurzweil goes about solving this level as normal, just faster, up until the part where you're supposed to destroy the generator. Keyword, supposed to, because that's not what we're doing today. Crazy How gets the chair and backtracks a little to the elevator, and with this chair gets on top of the elevator. After that, he makes his way onto one of these things. You know, the ones from which the turrets fall into the crusher and go offline forever. And here he throws one of them here to the beginning of the level, and now after backtracking some more, he gets the chair through the industrial door. And now we got a door, a turret, and a goal. You know how this goes, because you know what they say. If there's a door and a turret, there's a goal on the way to do it. Well, technically it's more like this, but that doesn't rhyme. Anyway, after PPDing our way through the door, we reunite with the chair. And now Crazy How, with his trusty chair, jumps on Wheatley's rail to make it to this thing. After a while, he gets on top of it, and now he chair hops to this little room and gets sucked in the pipe, because the game thinks that because you usually need to actually destroy the generator to get here in this little room, the generator must already be destroyed, and so you get sucked in and complete the level, and so 0 portals. Anyway, now after a little tube ride we get here, and we have to fire 2 portals here to get into this trap made by GLaDOS. And once the actual core transfer begins, we can do it in 0 portals because the GLaDOS's panels that prevent us from pressing the stalemate resolution button, we can just make our way around them. It's not that hard, so yeah, and thus the escape takes a whole 11 portals to beat. Now that Wheatley's in control, and has gone mad, he punches us down into this pit, and we fall deep into the hell that is Old Aperture. Here, Nidboy jumps around on the junk in the underground and eventually ends up on this pipe thing. From there, he makes it to the Do Not Enter zone and jumps on this Do Not Enter sign, and then jumps on the pipe thing, from where he makes his way around the barrier. After that comes the part of opening up this giant vault door. Here, Nidboy fires 2 portals here and here to press the 2 buttons in quick succession, and after that he walks to the exit door. 2 portals. This is the one where we are introduced to Cave Johnson, if you couldn't tell by the name. Here Burger 40 begins the level by firing 2 portals like that and managing to land on this half-broken catwalk, skipping the entire Cave Johnson introduction. And after riding the elevator all the way up, he fires another portal right here on the very left, and another one right here. And Burger 40 then manages to get all the way to the end.
Just load that save if this is impossible. Look at that, bro. First try.
Skipping the pump station alpha section. 4 portals.
Oh, in case you got covered in that repulsion gel, here's some advice the lab boys gave me. Do not get covered in the repulsion gel.
Here we're introduced to the blue gel / repulsion gel, if you couldn't guess by the name. Anyway, Burger 40 beats the first room of the chamber by basically slowly getting height by jumping on and off the very edges of the walls, and also later he does something I'm pretty sure is called cube jumping. It's exactly what it says. You jump on the blue gel, and at the highest point of the jump, you use the cube to jump off of it to continuously gain height. I'm not sure if that's how it works exactly, but at least that's what it looks like. And so, after Burger 40 is done with the first room of the chamber, he goes about the small section between the first room and the second room by jumping on the very edges of this thing to get to the catwalk. Now in the second room, he grabs this cube right here, and after that he jumps on this pipe, and then on this little ledge. And off there he gets to here, there, some more cube jumping, a lot more cube jumping, and he makes the jump to the exit. This is very hard and precise, possible, 0 portals.
I like your style. You make up your own rules, just like me.
Burger 40 manages to fire the blue portal all the way over there, and an orange portal over here. The orange one is important. Then once he gets to the actual test, he presses the button to get the repulsion gel flowing, and then he fires the blue portal here. And so, with the gel he gets up here. The gel goes through the blue portal and out of the orange portal and makes a splash here. And so Burger 40 jumps out of the testing area, gets launched by the gel, and lands on this very edge. And then again on this edge, and after that, he uses this thing to continuously gain height. And after he gained enough height, Burger 40 just barely makes it onto this pipe, and then off the pipe he makes it to the end. 30 portals.
Science isn't about why, it's about why not.
Here, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Kitaye, stands right here under the gel, and makes the gel bounce off of him and just barely make a little splash here behind the fence, so that he can get to the top of this fence with the gel to make the jump to the other side. After that, in the second room, as he explains in the subtitles, thanks for that by the way, there's an invisible collider right above the barricaded door, and we can take advantage of that because it's shaped in such a way that by pressing against it we can gradually gain height. And so with that we can exit the second room. Next up, Kitaye makes a difficult jump on the fence. As he explains in the subtitles, it's incredibly hard and precise. He walks a little further on the fence, and then he gets on the pipes. And off the pipes he gets to the gel from the beginning, and with this insane jump he gets up here above the lights. With some more jumps he gets inside the pipe that dispenses the blue gel. From inside the pipe he makes the gel bounce off of him, and once the gel is where it's supposed to be, he bounces on it and ends up here. Now that's where the fun happens. He tricks the game into thinking that he's falling really fast even though he's not, to build up the maximum velocity possible, and makes this insane jump all the way to here. Then he does some more jumps, just to be sure, and finally he gets launched all the way to the end elevator. Absolutely insane. 0 portals.
Black Mesa can eat my bankrupt.
Sir, the testing.
Burger 40 fires 2 portals to get to this catwalk on the other side. Then he fires another portal all the way up here and gains enough momentum to make it to this catwalk too. After pulling 2 levers, he makes his way to the final section of the level, where he uses just 2 portals to up here and down here to get launched all the way to the exit elevator, skipping the part where you pick up GLaDOS. 5 portals. And so, the fall takes 14 portals total to beat. This is where we're introduced to the orange propulsion gel. Burger 40 fires a portal through this tiny space and gets here. From here he jumps all the way on this roof, and then from there to the very exit, skipping basically the entire puzzle. 2 portals.
Again, all you gotta do is let us disassemble you. We're not banging rocks together here. We know how to put a man back together.
Here Bonobo Ape bounces on the blue gel and gains height by jumping on the gel, landing on some ledge and jumping on another higher ledge. Rinse and repeat until Bonobo is ready to make the big jump on this wall, and from there Bonobo makes another jump to get the cube. After that, Bonobo goes back to the 2 gels, and then all the way to the top from which Bonobo made the jump to the cube, which is this pipe. But to get to the exit elevator, we need a lot more height, and there's only one way to get the extra height that we need to make it there. Remember a while back in Repulsion Intro, where I talked about the cube jumping that Burger 40 did to get some additional height? That thing? Well, this is what Bonobo does here, just like a lot more. And after all of that, Bonobo ends up on this pipe. After that, with some insane cube hopping, Bonobo gets to the end. 0 portals.
When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad! I don't want your damn lemons! What am I supposed to do with these?
Take the lemon.
Conversion intro. This is the one where we are introduced to the conversion gel / white gel. Super Raiderton begins the level by firing 2 portals to get on this pipe. From there he fires 2 more portals to get from this catwalk to this other catwalk to get to the room with the 3 gels. He pulls all 3 levers. Now Egerton fires a portal under the blue gel. After that he goes to these crushers and guess who makes a return here? That's right, player physics deformation glitch is back. Super Egerton spends quite some time getting the needed rotation, but after it's done he returns to the blue gel and starts gaining height for a while until eventually he gets to this thing on the very top, and from there he gets to this door, on the other side of which is this thing. The intended solution here is to use the orange gel here to accelerate and get launched through on this catwalk, but that's not what we're doing. We fire a portal on this surface here. Remember, we have another portal under the blue gel. So the blue gel goes through and splashes right here on this wall. After that, Egerton uses this door to get more PPD. Then he returns to the blue gel, and in a similar fashion to the crazy box, he makes the gel bounce off of himself and land further here in the room, on the roof, and more. Then he does the whole thing as in the beginning to return back to this area. Egerton gets on the fence of the catwalk and jumps off of it at the gel, and because his hitbox is messed up, the gel pushes him up, and so he gets on the catwalk and in the room. From here he jumps and gets on the ceiling. From here, and after climbing up here, he starts continuously gaining height, just like before, but now longer. Like a lot longer. Like a hell of a lot longer. Until eventually Super Egerton lands all the way up here, just after this exit door from the second area. That also means we skip the combustible lemon speech. I know, it's a tragedy. Now, Super Egerton fires a portal right here. Now in the description, Egerton explains where and how to shoot, so I presume there's some tiny microscopic space in there that can be shot through. And so, after he made that shot, he returns all the way back to the beginning with the 3 gels, where the blue portal from all the way back is. And so, he goes through and waits for a while for the gel from the portal. Then some more pure fun of endlessly jumping on the gel with your PPD'd hitbox for like an eternity, until eventually he gets in the elevator itself. When he fires a portal in the elevator, and then does the thing with making the gel bounce off of you again, and then he does the thing with gaining height just like in the beginning again, and eventually gets further in the elevator, up here, and after getting up on this pipe, he makes one final jump to the end, completing the chamber in 8 portals. And this right here is by far the longest out of any test chamber in this entire challenge, because it took him an unfathomable 572 minutes or almost 10 goddamn hours to complete. Well, 9 hours 32 minutes and 54 seconds to be exact, which is still insane. This man has nerves of steel, and somehow, some way he has only 203 subscribers. So go subscribe to this after watching this, just for me. He's a legend. He also is the one guy to beat Trust Flame with the 1 out of 30,000 chance of the turret PPD. He's a legend. So show our guy some appreciation after you finish this video. Anyway, 8 portals as I said before. Next up is 3 gels. This one is pretty quick. Here Burger40 fires a blue portal down here and an orange portal up there. After going through, he fires another orange portal under the blue gel to get some blue gel under here. After that, Burger40 uses the same thing as Kitaye did in Crazy Box. You remember, the thing with sliding very slowly and tricking the game into thinking you're falling very fast. Yeah, that thing. And thus he gets launched all the way to the top, when he fires one final portal to get to the button, and that's it, 4 portals. And so, their reunion took 14 portals to beat. Now it's time to return to Wheatley.
For God's sake, your boxes with legs!
Here Kurzihao fires 2 portals here to get on the catwalk, and after he gets to the Franken cubes, he uses 2 of them to get out of the level entirely. throws one of them to a further part of the level, and with the other one he presses the button. With the saved Franken Cube, he gets to Wheatley's test, if you can even call it that, and after pressing the button for some time, he gets the Franken Cube to roll far enough to drop into the pit, kind of like the redirection cube in Ceiling Catapult from long ago. And with the two Franken Cubes, he scales the wall and solves the test in 2 portals.
This is one of my tests.
Not entirely. Look at the word test there on the wall. That's brand new.
Funnel intro. Oh boy. This is the most important chamber of the entire challenge. And I'm not just saying this to be dramatic, because this chamber yields Portal 2's, in my opinion, most broken glitch. Not one of the, but the single most broken glitch. The Crouch Flying Glitch, or the CFG. I will not bore you with all the specifics and technicalities. If you want to know the details, check out this video by Sushi, or the page for CFG on P2SR Wiki. But basically, if you crouch in a specific way whilst in a funnel, you will keep the zero gravity state you are whilst in the funnel. What that means in layman terms is you can fly. And obviously, the ability to fly, it's absolutely broken. And it's also not like that hard. Even I can pull it off, like shown right here. And also no, it ain't going away by just going into another chamber. This glitch will persist from chamber to chamber. So get ready, cause these are gonna get really quick from now on. Anyway, in the funnel intro, after I get the glitch, I'm not sure how, but Burger 40 can make the Franken Cubes fly too. And so, after going down into the first floor of the chamber, he throws the Franken Cube up at the button and completes the puzzle. 0 portals. Okay, I found an explanation from someone by the name of Jesus Catface. To quote, "Once at a good height, you have need the Franken turret to have his legs stick out when you let go of him. We get this state by rubbing him against the glass. There's also a trigger near the button that makes his legs tuck in, so that's why I rub him against the glass a lot. Basically, when his legs stick out, it's possible for him to get stuck on the ceiling, or in this case, the button. Once he is stuck in a good spot, just gotta pray and run for the door." Smiley face. Oh, how cute. Thanks, Jesus Catface, for the explanation. Anyway, back to testing. This chamber has 0 portals, as I already said before. Next up is ceiling button.
All we had to do was pull that lever.
What? Well, no, you press the...
Remember, we still can fly, and we can still make the Franken Cube stick to buttons. 0 portals, that's it. I told you this is broken, and I told you these are gonna get really quick.
Oh, here we go. Here it comes. Oh, disappointed.
Wall button, we still can fly, and Franken Cubes still stick to buttons, 0 portals. Polarity, we fly to the exit, 0 portals. Funnel catch, we fly to button. We catch Franken Cube. We put Franken Cube on button, 0 portals. Stop the box. We can fly, and don't worry about the turrets, remember, we're invincible, 0 portals. Laser catapult, we fly to the exit, 0 portals. Laser platform, we fly to the cube, and as shown by Chudnow, just throw the cube up, and if lucky, quickly get through the door, and then we can peacefully fly to the exit, 0 portals. This is the only theoretical chamber in this whole challenge, because there are 2 solutions I saw, one by Burger 40, where he flies to the cube using the crouch fly glitch, and then goes through the scary rat barrier, because remember, he's invincible because of the invincibility glitch, and uses 2 portals to channel the laser correctly, using the redirection cube. And the other one is by Chudnow, where he uses 3 portals and some really impressive cube hopping, I must say, to go through and to get to the exit, and then he just throws the redirection cube up and gets through quickly. I'm pretty sure if you combine the 2 solutions, you can beat this chamber in 0 portals, but I'm not entirely sure. So the current lowest possible count is 2 portals as shown by Burger 40, but I will count this as 0 portals because I'm pretty sure it should be possible, but just telling you the full story so that you'll know. Anyway, this is 0 portals, but I'm not entirely sure. Me from the future speaking again. I don't know why I was so confident whilst writing the script about that part. The 0 portal solution I proposed is still a proposal. This will be counted as 2 portals. I know, sorry for making it a little confusing. I think I made a bit of a mistake by jumping the shark whilst writing the script and thinking that I know more than professional speedrunners and I can just come up with a solution. I think if it was possible, they probably would have already known. Anyway, just a slight correction that I was mistaken here. Sorry. Anyway, if anybody who knows more about Portal 2 speedrunning can correct me here, I just want to know if my solution even works or not. So if anybody knows more about speedrunning and can comment it or something, and can give a definitive answer if what I proposed works or not, I'd be thankful. Anyway, back to the video. Propulsion catch. We fly to the exit. 0 portals. Propulsion polarity. We can fly to the exit and turrets can only dream of stopping us because we're invincible. 0 portals. So yeah, the itch takes only 2 portals to beat. The only portals we fired are the ones to get on the catwalk in the very beginning, and arguably the ones in laser platform. And that's it. The whole chapter is basically one big we fly to the exit. The crouch fly glitch really just destroys this whole chapter. It's an absolutely broken glitch and I feel like I'm underselling it. I have a theory that the crouch fly glitch is an unintended side effect of the funnel, and that's why it was never used. But Wheatley doesn't know about it because he's a moron, and that's why he uses this broken invention. But hey, that's just a theory. Anyway, it's time for the finale. Finale 1.
Hello! This is the part where I kill you!
We fly to the exit. 0 portals. It's really funny seeing Wheatley just awkwardly waiting for something. Anyway, Finale 2.
Are they killing you? They are killing you, aren't they?
Shell flies to the very exit again, and the turret army can do absolutely nothing but watch. 0 portals. Finale 3.
And I just wanted to give you the chance to kill yourself now.
Burger 40 fires 2 portals to get out of this little area because he just can't fly out of it. And then my favorite part, Burger 40 just waits for Shell to ascend to the exit. 2 portals. Now it's time for the real finale. The Wheatley boss fight. Here Super Raider then fires 2 portals to get to the core room, and from there to Wheatley's lair. Semka begins the fight as usual, exploding the pipe with Wheatley's bombs and firing 2 more portals here and here to throw Wheatley's bombs at him. After that, we grab the space core and attach it to Wheatley. And after that, guess who makes one final appearance? That's right, Player Physics Deformation is back for one final appearance. After getting PPD, Aderton gets the Adventure Core, and then, after some finessing with the Adventure Core, he clips into the Stalemate Resolution button room and activates Wheatley's booby trap, and after that, one final portal to the moon, beating Wheatley with only 5.
Forbid you to press it! R5! Booby trap the stalemate button! What? Are you still alive? You are joking! You have got to be kidding me! Well, I'm still in control, and I have no idea how to fix this place. Oh, you had to play bloody cat and mouse, didn't you? While people were trying to work. Yeah, well that's... Space! Let go! We're in space! Let go! Let go! I'm still connected! I can pull myself in! I can still fix this!
I already fixed it, and you are not coming back.
Oh no! Change your plans! Hold on to me! Tighter! Grab me! Grab me! Grab me! Grab me!
Well, well, well. We made it so far. You made it so far. And I'm thankful for that. It's been a long time, and so, my final answer to how many portals does it take to beat Portal 2 is 57. 59 if you count the 2 in laser platform, which is insane. Here is every chapter by portal count if you're interested. Now for the outro, I'd like to give a shout out to Msushi. I used Insight at quite a lot of his videos, and he's actually the one that got me interested in this challenge with his trust filling video, so thanks to Msushi. Burger40, the current speedrun world record holder. His run is incredibly impressive and somehow has only 700 views total, which is a shame, so a shout out to him, and hey, maybe check out that speedrun, it's pretty cool. Kersey Howe, he isn't the only one, but thanks to Kersey Howe for explaining what happens in his least portals runs. I'm not an expert in speedrunning and these were very helpful, so thanks. And thanks to everyone else who wrote in the description what they were doing, thanks to you. Sir Rage-A-Lot, he created the playlist on which I based most of this video, so thanks to Sir Rage-A-Lot. And finally, Super Raider Tongue. I already gave him a shout out earlier, but his gameplay is insane, and it's a shame that he doesn't have that much subscribers and views. So shout out to him, check his channel out and subscribe, he's a legend. And so, thanks for watching, and thanks to everyone who stuck all the way to this part. All of you, thanks. I'm very thankful. And so, was the video good? Did you like it? Did you not like something? Did you like something? If so, leave any criticism or suggestion in the comments, feel free to share. It's important to give criticism, so I encourage you, if you didn't like something, to say what was it, and if you liked something, to say what was it so that I can know better how to make videos in the future. So, thanks, preemptive thanks to all of you that are doing this right now and writing the comments. Thanks. And thanks to all of you for watching. Much appreciated. Oh, one last note, me from the future speaking for one last time. Also, by writing the comment, you help out the channel, since the more engagement the video receives, the more YouTube recommends it, so you also help out the channel. Anyway, as one final note, as of me recording this last part, it's the 31st of December, right before New Year's, and even though I'm pretty sure I am not able to publish this video before New Year's, I want to preemptively say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. Wish you all a happy 2025. Anyway, hope to see you in my next videos. Bye.